Welcome to the Nexus Briefing.
Ready to dive in? It's been a busy news cycle.
Absolutely. Let's start with the markets. Nvidia's earnings were a big story, but the rally didn't last.
Yeah, the AI bubble concerns are definitely back. What's your take?
Valuations are stretched. Some are calling for a correction. But the underlying demand for AI infrastructure is real.
True. Speaking of which, Meta's getting into electricity trading for its AI data centers. That's a serious commitment.
It shows how crucial energy is to the AI future. Meanwhile, TSMC is expanding in the US to meet AI demand. It's a global race.
And Honhai is planning a massive U.S. manufacturing expansion for NVIDIA and OpenAI too. The supply chain is shifting.
It all adds up to a lot of capital expenditure. There are worries about big tech taking on too much leverage.
That's where the talk of an AI bubble comes from. Are we seeing a repeat of the dot-com era?
There are similarities, but AI has tangible applications now. It's not just hype. Still, caution is warranted.
Agreed. What about the broader economy? Any signs of cooling?
U.S. business activity expanded in November, but consumer sentiment is down. Mixed signals.
The Fed's Susan Collins thinks holding rates steady is appropriate. No rush to cut, apparently.
That's the consensus. Inflation's proving stickier than expected. The markets are still pricing in cuts, though.
The disconnect continues. What about Europe? Any interesting developments?
The ECB seems relaxed about inflation, hinting at no further rate hikes.
Seems like they're prioritizing growth over fighting inflation at this point.
Possibly. And the EU is warning Italy about its golden powers to block takeovers. More tensions between Brussels and Rome.
The EU really wants banking consolidation. What's the latest with those deals?
Difficult terrain. Fortress is eyeing distressed real estate loans in Germany and France, though.
Speaking of distressed, Tullow Oil is in trouble. Its shares hit a record low.
Yeah, it's considering options to refinance its debt. Tough times for some energy companies.
Let's jump to geopolitics. That U.S.-Russia peace plan for Ukraine is causing a stir.
It's highly controversial. It would require Ukraine to cede territory.
Zelensky's facing pressure to accept it. The U.S. is threatening to cut off support, allegedly.
It's a high-stakes game. The plan rewards Russian aggression, in essence.
Europe's not happy either. Starmer said any peace deal needs Ukraine's consent.
Agreed. The plan undermines international law. Sovereign borders shouldn't be changed by force.
Oil prices fell on the news, expecting more supply.
Right. Abu Dhabi is exploring a deal for Lukoil's overseas operations. Sanctions are creating opportunities.
What else is happening on the geopolitical front?
Japan is navigating the fallout from its remarks linking Taiwan's security to its own.
Things are heating up there. They might lean on the U.S. more if China escalates pressure.
Precisely. Let's talk about China. What's new there?
J.P. Morgan is suggesting investors rotate out of Chinese equities and into Indian stocks.
India is looking more attractive with its strong domestic market.
They're also implementing new labor laws to attract investment.
Always something changing there. The government seems motivated to boost the economy.
Speaking of Asia, global investors are buying up Philippine shares.
Expecting interest rate cuts there. A sign of confidence in their economy.
What about crypto? Bitcoin's having a rough month.
Worst monthly performance since the 2022 collapses. Lots of pressure on MicroStrategy.
Yeah, their financing model is being questioned. They're heavily exposed.
The crypto winter may be returning, despite previous hopes of a thaw.
Switching gears. Did you see the story about the Wirecard scandal?
Russian intelligence helped fund Marsalik's spy ring through crypto laundering.
That's quite a twist. Shows how crypto can be used for illicit activities.
Absolutely. Let's talk about corporate news. Eli Lilly just crossed the $1 trillion threshold.
Amazing. Driven by the demand for weight loss drugs.
A huge success story for the pharmaceutical industry. But not for global obesity numbers, of course.
A dark side to the success of that company. Did you hear about Juventus raising money?
Yes, a stock sale to reduce debt. A difficult time for Italian football, despite all of the glitz and glamour.
It's also a sign they're doubling down on the strategic plan.
The new plan might not be so glamorous, though. Let's talk about policy developments.
The UK is pushing back on the EU's defense fund request.
More Brexit tensions. They don't want to pay in.
And the G20 called for greater protection of critical minerals.
A veiled reference to China's export curbs. Trade wars are always bubbling under the surface.
What about the US? Anything interesting happening there?
Trump is grasping for ideas on healthcare ahead of the midterms.
Rising premiums are a major issue for him.
A ticking time bomb politically. He needs a solution fast.
Did you hear about the new credit score augmented with real-time cash flow data?
Yes, Fair Isaac and Plaid are teaming up. Interesting, as it is another dimension of the fintech revolution.
This might be more informative than traditional scores. Could shake things up.
It depends on how widely it's adopted. Speaking of innovation, what's up with OpenAI?
They're partnering with Hon Hai to design data center hardware.
They really are covering all their bases to build out their infrastructure.
Plus, they gave away $7.5 million through their nonprofit for AI safety research.
Good to see them thinking about the ethical implications.
And Perplexity AI is launching a mobile browser to rival Google.
The search wars are heating up again. Another threat to Google's dominance.
Switching gears, what about climate change? Any developments?
The global climate talks are running into overtime. A draft deal is causing anger.
No agreement on phasing out fossil fuels? That's disappointing.
It's a major sticking point. The host nation, Brazil, doesn't even mention it in the draft deal.
And a fire broke out at the summit. Chaos.
Climate talks are always eventful and fraught with tension and disagreements.
Let's talk about the new synthetic graphite factory in Canada.
That's great news. A big step for North American battery supply chain security.
And Japan's largest nuclear power plant is restarting.
A watershed moment for their energy industry, finally moving on from Fukushima.
What about renewable energy in Africa?
The EU pledged €7 billion, and Sun King is planning a huge fundraising to electrify the continent.
That's fantastic. Bringing electricity to millions.
Exactly. A lot of positive developments amid the climate doom and gloom.
Okay, a few quick hits before we wrap up.
Sure.
Assyrian is close to acquiring Domestic in General.
Big deal in the warranty business.
Meesho is planning an IPO.
India's answer to Robinhood.
ASOS is sticking with its plan to cut promotions.
Despite disappointing revenue. Bold move.
And Stephen Curry warmed up in Nikes after leaving Under Armour.
The sneaker wars continue. A true free agent.
So to summarize, we're seeing AI bubble concerns, geopolitical tensions in Ukraine, a push for renewable energy in Africa, and some interesting corporate deals.
It's a complex and interconnected world. Lots to keep track of.
That's all the time we have for today's Nexus Briefing. Thanks for tuning in.